Hey there. So looking at your log, I mean, the source of the issue is there's excessive vibration on your yaw axis. Without physically having the quad to look at it, I can't answer why. But if you look at the, let me go back in here. I can turn, I'll leave that on. And I'll go into custom graphs, hit add graph. Now I'll go and turn on the debug gyro. So this gives the raw gyro noise, which is this graph here. It just says custom graph, but maybe I should change that just to gyro raw. Alright, and this is gyro after filters. That's really what that should say when you turn on gyro. That should really say gyro after filters. Soft filters. So anyway, so here's after filters, here's raw. If you can see, if you run a spectrum analysis on the whole flight for the pitch, or I'm sorry, the roll axis, this is the gyro itself. We're good to go. That's very low motor noise, even when I turn up the graph. That's super. That's great. That's what you want to see. A little bit of spike of noise here on, that would be the pitch, which is fine. That's nothing with the graph all turned up. But check out yaw. I turn on yaw. Boom! Huge amount of noise way down here at the bottom. And that's problematic when it's way down at the bottom. So it looks like that noise is down below. I mean, you're talking down in this range here. That's what, 10, 15 hertz. So it's pretty low. What you can do to try to get an eye on it, and I'm zoomed way out here. If I zoom to a normal level, go to a spot that's kind of noisy here. Let's just see. So let's go to here. This is good enough. So you can see that that noise is, if I do a mark point there and go to the next point, you know, that's 50 hertz there. For those two, that's 63. The farther they get away from each other, the lower the hertz. So if I go to this mark point here, and then the next point of noise, that's 28 hertz. And you can just keep looking at some different levels. Since that graph doesn't really show you, that spectrum analyzer doesn't really show you where some of the noise is coming in. Now, why is it not working? Mark point, come on. Anyways, there it is. Oh, I needed to move. Oops. Mark point. It's not giving me a mark point in this range. That's weird. Huh. But, here, I can do it here. It's 31 hertz. Like it's a little buggy with the mark points. But, so you can get that sense there. So you could set your, you know, right now I went with the advice of set your yaw low pass filter at 60. You could give it a shot down at like 20. That's pretty low. But what happens is the latency, from what I understand, so Boris is the developer of Betaflight. The advice from him is you don't really want to have these low pass filters below 50 hertz at the lowest. So going down to 20, I don't think it kills anything. It increases latency of your quad. So all this filtering that we're adding to deal with this noise kills your, like if you want to do acro stunts and racing, that's going to increase, all this filtering adds latency. So it's going to be harder to like tune out, bounce back, and stuff like that. But at this point, you're just trying to get the thing to fly right. So I would try to set it down to 20, see if that helps. That would help kill this noise. These low-pass filters act that anything right after the filter is where they're the strongest. So I would set it like right in here so it can act on this noise as much as possible. These other low-pass filters for the gyro and whatnot, you could try that the same. I'm a little fuzzy, honestly, on if the low-pass filters, like the gyro low-pass filter and the D-notch low-pass filter, or the D-term low-pass filter, actually act on the yaw axis or not. I'm not sure about that. You would think they would. So you can experiment with it. Set the gyro low-pass filter down here as well, down at 20, see if that helps. Ultimately, if you can figure out the source of what's causing the yaw vibration, that would be the best solution. But it seems like you don't really have an answer for that. You're kind of stumped as well. Like, well, I don't know what's causing that. So I would give that a shot. The other thing that you probably want to try, I was looking at the PID, or your PID settings here. It looks like you have yaw actually bumped up for the P term. So I would take that down to like 60, 65, or even lower. Because if you look here, and I look at the yaw axis, and I turn this off, so the purple line is the gyro after filtering motion. And the P term, since it's not being commanded, the craft is not commanding it to do that. So if I turn on my let me turn on these two things, which would be my RC commands and my PID error. Since my RC commands are not commanding a yaw motion right now, but the gyro is reading a yaw motion, that causes a PID error to occur, and that's what then the P term reacts to. So you can see that the P term is fighting the yaw. So, but the P term is much greater than the yaw twitch. So it might be overshooting it a little bit too much there and causing oscillation. So if I go to PIDs and add that too as well. So you can see here, if you look at the yaw motion, which is this kind of purple line, you can see it's not as far as the P term is trying to command it to get back into level. So the P is too strong, and it's causing oscillation. So I would back that P term down to, play with it. Oh, that's interesting. Play with this. Try to set this down at, I don't know. I would go, usually what I try to do is overshoot everything, get the thing to fly right, and then I try to optimize back. So like adding all this filtering in and doing all these things and maybe going real low on the P term to start. I just want to get it fixed, usually for me. And then once I get it fixed, I'm like, okay, I've got it working. Then I will go back and start tweaking with it to optimize things a little bit better, if I feel like it. So I would go low. I would go down to 50 personally. Try that. See where it goes from there. Your D terms I see are lower, which that's probably good for vibration. And go from there. I was looking through the rest of this settings here. What else was different that I didn't really know? I don't think there's anything else that was different than I saw that was, leading to believe that there could be a setting difference or increased performance or whatnot by it. The only other thing that I saw was different from my setup is the D-shot motor low. Mine's at 248. Here's at 138. But mine also, I have my idle percentage at 10%, not 4.5, which is fine. 4.5 is fine if everything's. I had motor stall issues, which is a whole different thing. But give that a shot. See if that helps. I think the combination of the two. I would probably first try to lower the P term, and then if that still doesn't work, then I would try to push the filters back. I would personally, I would try, if I was doing the filter thing, if I lowered the D term or the P term on yaw, what am I looking for here? I don't have that anymore. And that didn't solve the problem. I would probably take my Yaw low pass filter, and I would set that down to like 20 or something like that. I'll take this down to 20, see if that helps dampen out those oscillations. It's really masking the issue. So at any given time, if you can figure out hardware-wise why the heck you have so much vibration on your yaw access, that's what you actually want to fix, and then get all this stuff set back to default. It's really we're trying to compensate and cover up that vibration on the yaw axis, which I don't really understand why that's there. Once you get the yaw thing worked out, what you could do to probably get some latency back, it doesn't seem like you have a lot of vibration on the higher end. With the dynamic filter on, the dynamic notch filter, you could probably turn off your notch 1 and 2, your static notch filters 1 and 2. I would do that after you get this fixed, but I think those two could probably come off since you don't have, honestly, your noise on the pitch and roll axis look great up top. Also, so I don't think these static notches are really needed up there. So from there, thanks. I hope this helps. Let me know. I'm, interested in seeing. Hopefully, we can get to a resolution. Interested in knowing what that would be. See ya. Bye.